On this week's episode of The Engaging Marketeer, I'm going to talk about something I've not covered before, and it's not really something you would expect somebody in digital marketing to talk about, because it's nothing to do with digital marketing whatsoever. In fact, it couldn't be further apart from digital marketing if you possibly tried. It's about physical media, and it's about sending things through the post, because when I first got a job back in the early 2000s, whatever it was at Game, digital marketing was a relatively new thing. So people weren't buying from the internet as their first port of call. They would go to a physical shop, or they would, and we had this at Game, they would phone up and they would order from a catalogue. So they would have a physical catalogue and they would phone up and they would place an order through the catalogue. And when we first started, that catalogue was pretty much 50-50 with the website. So phone orders were on a par with the website, because that's the way people used to do business 25 years ago. That's how they used to shop. And then came digital television, and we thought people were going to buy stuff through their TV. That never really took off because the internet just completely skyrocketed and took everything out of the equation. But if you go back to the idea of physical media, of the catalogue book, and some of you listening to this may remember things like the Argos catalogue if you're from the UK, a big physical book full of loads of stuff that you would circle what you wanted. It was good to have something in your hand. And now we're in this digital world of websites and social media and apps and all that stuff that, quite frankly, I am responsible for some of it. I'll hold my hands up there. There's been a big loss in physical media, in getting something physical in your hands. And people turn to email marketing as a source of getting in touch with people. And I don't know about you, but my email inbox, if I go away for 2 days, come back, there's usually about 150, 200 emails in there. By and large, I ignore most of them. So if you're emailing me, please understand I am not ignoring you. I'm just ignoring all of it. So you ignore that. So email marketing has lost a little bit of its sparkle, a little bit of its approach, because it's just oversaturated. And what I find that's really effective right now is going back to what people were doing back in the early 2000s or in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s. And that's physical media through the post. And it's not something that many people do, which is why it works so well. And I sparked the idea for this particular podcast because I had a physical sit-down one-to-one with somebody last week. So I sat down with this chap and I spoke to him for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. We talked a lot. And we had a great conversation about what he's done within his business. And I'm going to get him as a future guest on this podcast. Going to get him as a future guest. His name's Matt Bennett. Great guy, really interesting guy. And his story is phenomenal about how he had this business that lost millions and millions of pounds. But I won't give you the story now. I'll let him tell you that when he comes on as a guest in the podcast. And just today, I received through the physical post, and if you're listening to this on iTunes, you're going to experience none of this marvel. I received this little parcel through the post here, especially for you, it says on this, including a wink from the postman. And I didn't know what that was. I thought, is that something a bit dodgy that I've ordered from one of those websites? Because I have a tendency to do that, with a wink from the postman. Ooh, luckily there's no one in the office right now, so I was able to open it without any fear of something popping out that I really didn't want other people to say. But I needn't have worried, because it wasn't something that I'd ordered. It was, in fact, if I open this and I hold this up, again, if you're on iTunes and you're on Spotify, you can't see any of this. This is the parcel that I received, and for those people listening, those audio descriptors, it is a lovely red box, and inside the red box there is a blue chocolate bar with great to meet you, and it's got the logo for Nordstrom, for Nordstrom Advisory right in the middle, which is Matt's business, because he helps people with their business. He advises people on essentially how to not make the same mistakes that he made. And it's a lovely, big, thick, chunky chocolate bar that I got through the post that I was not expecting that Matt sent. I thought, that's brilliant. That's lovely to get. If more people did that, it would help you remember what you talked about. It would help build relationships. And because I'm the kind of guy that I am, the first thing I did when I got this through the post and I opened it was I took a photo of it and I shared it on social media and I tagged him in so that other people see, this is Matt Bennett from Nordstrom, this is what he does, he has one-to-ones with people, he sends them chocolate bars. Wow, fantastic. More people are going to want to have one-to-ones with Matt Bennett, I'm sure. Not just to get a chocolate bar, but to find out about him and his business. Again, he's going to come on as a guest on the podcast later on, early in 2026. So we'll get him on and he'll tell you all about that. But he's got that extra coverage from having a one-to-one that you wouldn't normally get. And this is something that we do at Engage Web as well. We send physical stuff through the post. So whenever somebody becomes a client of Engage Web's and they take on a website with Engage Web, one of our fresh start websites, which is £99 a month or £165 a month if you have unlimited updates, we do all of it for you. We do the design, we do the build, we write the content, we manage it, we update it, the whole thing's done for you. And it's just a subscription model. So you don't pay like huge sums up front like you would with a normal web designer. And anytime you want something changed, we handle it for you. That's what it's all about. So when we get a new client for that, we send them one of these. And again, if you are on iTunes and Spotify, you have no idea what I'm doing right now. I am holding up one of our books that we wrote here at Engage Web called Engage and Grow 97 Ways to Power Up Your Business. And these are available on Amazon. They're very, very reasonable on Amazon right now. I don't know why Amazon's got them so cheap, but grab yourself a copy of this. It's a massive book. It's not one of these thin little pamphlet books. It is a huge, thick book with 97 different tricks and tips for you to grow your business via digital marketing. It's also available on Kindle, by the way. So you can get one of those if you buy it on Amazon, or you can become a client of Engage Web and we send you one for free. But we don't tell you that we're going to send it to you. We just post it out. It's in our processes. So when we have a new client, we take them on for a website. They have their meeting with the designer, with the editor. We do the design. We do the content for the website. They approve it. That then gets built. It goes live. Once the website's live for a couple of weeks, we send them a book. We send them a free book for them to learn about how they can grow their business without paying Engage Web any more money if they want to do it that way. Or, of course, they can look in the book and go, wow, that's brilliant. Can you help with that? Yes, we can. Because it is a business card for your business. And that is something that we do. So what I am suggesting here with this kind of excited podcast about getting free chocolate through the post, which I'm thank you, Matt, for sending that through. What I'm suggesting here for business owners listening to this is have a think about your own business. What can you do? What can you send to somebody that is a client of yours, or somebody that you've had a one-to-one with, or somebody that is a referral partner? What can you send through the post that makes them think of you, that thanks them for spending their time with you or spending their money with you? Now, it's ideal if it's not alcohol, because remember, not everybody drinks. Some people are actively against drinking for one reason or another, so it's advisable you don't do that. But pretty much everybody likes chocolate, and pretty much everybody likes a book or an audio book or something of use for the office. What could you send somebody without them paying for it, without them having a transaction for it? What could you send somebody as just a thank you? Something that's going to make them think about your business, make them think, oh, that's really nice. That was a really lovely thought. I'm so glad that they thought of me and sent that through. And then even better, something that might be branded that they might want to post on social media. And of course, the other angle is that maybe if you really want to go for it, don't send them something branded with your business, send them something branded with theirs. Because that's going that extra mile. If you get something made up branded with their business and send it to them, that's incredible. We had that a few years ago. Somebody sent us a Christmas decoration that was made up with all of the names of the people from Engage Web on it. And we've still got that now. It's in the office. It's hung up on the tree. I'd pull it down and show it to you, but I get told off for dismantling the Christmas tree if I did that. So I won't do that. But it's a Christmas decoration made up with all of our names. What a fabulous gift that was. And that was from one of our clients. It's from one of our clients. We should be sending her gifts, not her sending us. But that's the kind of clients we've got. Lovely, lovely people. And if you are a client of ours and you've not sent us a gift yet, please, you know where we are. We do welcome everything. So that's it for today. It was very, very quick. It was very, very ranty. It was very, very scattergun. I apologize for that. But have a think about what you can do to send your potential clients, your referral partners, people you've had a one-to-one with, that is through the post, that is physical, lump lumpy mail, they call it, through the post, because that really grabs people's attention, because so few businesses are doing it right now. So many people are relying on email or websites or WhatsApp. Few people are actually sending physical lumpy stuff through the post. What can you send your potential clients or your referral partners or people you've had one-to-ones with to thank them and make them think about you? So this has been the Engaging Marketeer. Thank you very much for listening, and I will grab you on the next podcast.